Random disclaimer.
Don't fuck with me! I have the power of God and anime on my side!
Wait,
Baldur's Gate 4. I have mixed feelings about this. Due to this economical climate, the success of the prior game, aka Baldur's Gate 3, and how the gaming industry is, evolving right now. I don't know how to feel about this announcement. Yes, I am late. Please forgive me. I have a full-time job. I'm trying to survive out here. Please forgive me. But look, should we be happy about this? Should we be upset? Or are you in the middle with me? I'm conflicted. No, seriously, what's the goal behind Baldur's Gate 4? Like, is this a cash grab? Did people see how lucrative and how successful Baldur's Gate 3 was? They had to do a 4? Or people just genuinely want to continue this Dungeons and Dragon type of universe game? Okay, that sentence was wicked. We're just gonna keep on going past that. I don't know what I was doing right there. Okay, so while I'm making this video, I am trying to figure that out myself, but my goal is to talk this through with you. Figure out what's the goal of Baldur's Gate 4, who's going to handle this, what's going to happen with it, should we even be concerned, should we be happy? I'm conflicted. Let's talk this through, let's have a conversation, because I'm in the middle. Let's go through this Baldur's Gate thing. You probably heard some things, you're probably going to hear some new things, but if you want to skip forward, hey, feel free to use my timestamps. I got you. You ain't gotta suffer through this. You can skip through the sections, no. Okay, well, without further ado, let's go ahead and talk about Baldur's Gate, please. No? Maybe? I'm confused. Now, what has happened? So, recent news, Baldur's Gate 4 has been announced, and a lot of people thinking to themselves, okay, cool, Larian, what's up your sleeves? How you going to get this done? What's going to happen? Yeah, they're not doing it, okay? And I am aware I am late to the party, extremely late. I have a job in real life side quests. If only you knew how much I'm doing behind the scenes, you would think that I'm the absolute, that I'm levitating. It's crazy. Anyway, right now, according to Google or Google AI, whatever, I forgot what I used, the Wizards of the Coast president, we're going to call him John, publicly confirmed back in August 2025 that Baldur's Gate 4 will eventually happen. And I like how that's worded because it puts things in the air. Will Wizards of the Coast really do it? Because when I think of early announcements like this, anything can happen. Do you know how many early announcements I've heard about games and the plan has changed? So as of now, I guess Wizards of the Coast is going to handle it. I don't know. According to his own words, according to Google, he says, of course, we're going to do a successor. And that statement alone started all the speculation and started getting Wizards of the Coast name buzzing around the streets because I never really heard of them, and I probably have, but I have been doing so much real life, real world stuff that I probably didn't pay attention to these people. They probably have done things that I did not know they have done. We'll probably explore that later on in this video today. Stick with me, we got a lot to cover, but that statement does scream confidence. It's giving me a confirmation that Baldur's Gate will continue with another game, because look, Baldur's Gate 3 was a huge success. Yes, the other Baldur's Gate games has experienced some success too. I will explain their numbers later on, rough estimates, guesstimates, but Baldur's Gate 3 is a hit. I'm still playing it. You know how many games I saved for Baldur's Gate 3? Wizards of the Coast has not confirmed a release window. Hell, they haven't even announced a developer. And also on top of that, based off of what I researched, they're not even working on Baldur's Gate right now. There's other games or a game ahead of Baldur's Gate 4. So that means some time is going to happen. And during that time, I don't know what's going to happen. Not too sure if somebody else will be passed the baton. I'm not too sure if, Wizards of the Coast will push this game back even further. So many things can happen over the next few years. And I've seen how long games like this has been taken to be developed. Hell, we just getting GTA 6 next year. How long has that been? But anyway, let me see on task. I want to stress as we progress through this video, I've done my best to do my research, scour the internet, and this video will not be perfect today. So, please forgive me. Doing the best job I can. News cycle runs really, really fast, and it's crazy how something comes up and we forget about what has happened previously. But the goal of this video, goal. Forgot to mention this in the previous part. Yeah, my goal is for us to just sit and have a chat, an open conversation about Baldur's Gate 4, like, are you excited about it? Why? And are you nervous about it? And why? And are you sitting with me? I'm conflicted. I'm in the middle. I don't know. My thing is whoever is chosen, because at this point, like I said, I'm kind of weary. I'm not completely sold on, Wizards of the Coast, simply because anything can happen between now and whenever they get the game done. I don't know who's going to handle all this, but whoever is going to be passed the baton to continue this awesome game, this rich storytelling, this immersive environment. I love an immersive game that will be carried on for years. I hate when a game is made and it's just for that time period, but when a game is timeless and I keep playing it, that's what makes it a great game to me. Whoever it is, I want them to treat it with the same type of care, detail, admiration, just the whole shebang for this Baldur's Gate 4. It has to top Baldur's Gate 3. You have to get better. So whoever that may be on paper, in writing, I don't know if contracts are written up or I don't know. Just speculating right now. I want them to treat this like they adopted this damn baby. And you playing in Sims 1 and you gotta take care of this baby, or the social worker's coming in 2 hours. I need them to treat it like that. Care, please. Now you know the news. That brings us to, what is Baldur's Gate and why do people love it? The answer is kind of complicated, and depending on who you talk to, you might get different answers or some similar things, but I can probably only speak to myself and what others say online. For people who do not know, Baldur's Gate is a series of a role-playing type of video game, and if you're sitting here like, role-playing, what's that? Yeah, you heard this acronym before, RPGs. I know you heard it before if you're a gamer. Yeah, you definitely played an RPG before. Baldur's Gate is a Dungeons and Dragon type A universe, and you get to play a character that you created, and you go on quests based off your difficulty. Quests may be easy, hard, or just chill, and you can explore a big open world. That makes a difference, and you meet interesting people, and you can get companions along the way, and whatever choice you make impacts the story. Now, doesn't that sound intriguing? A gameplay that combines strategy, combat, and storytelling, and your choices impacts everybody or everything or you or me or we. It's amazing. Now, there's a few things that I like about this game, and I pray and I hope whoever takes the rings, like officially, like on paper, is throwing it out there on contract. They got it signed, ready. Yeah, to do Baldur's Gate 4, I hope they have a few of these aspects. Epic storytelling. The story's rich, and depending on your difficulty level, it does change things. And there's so much drama and twists and memorable characters. There's people that stands for different characters in this game. Stands. I hear stands for music artists, okay? And actors and actresses. But video game characters, they did something with this. Also, freedom of choice. You have the freedom to make whatever choice you can make, either good, bad, or the ugly, but you better pay attention, because that may impact the world, places, things, and relationships. Hell, I took an L one time. I was in a grove, bored. I did everything that I could before I can, wander off and do whatever I wanted to do. I think I was gonna kill them sirens, whatever. And I decided to murk somebody in the grove, and I did not know. I did not know. I thought it was just innocent gameplay. No, they took out pretty much all the tieflings in the camp, and I was like, oh wow, because of my choice. This is crazy. You have the freedom to make whatever choice you make, either good, bad, or ugly, and I like it. And you definitely see the consequences of your actions, which leads into deep role playing. Like, your character gets immersed in a universe, and depending on who you choose, like your race, your class, whatever your vendetta is, it impacts everything. Like, hell, I made a character, didn't think nothing of it. Just made her. She was purple. They were against me because of the race and class, whatever skin, whatever I picked. Because of that, and that changed the trajectory of my gameplay. And I was taken aback because, like I said, Baldur's Gate 3 was the first of its kind that I'm playing. But then I liked it. I was like, yeah. If they have animosity against me because of whatever I am, yeah, I want this interaction. Like, make it real. Make it real. So I appreciate that. Which leads into the companions and relationships that you make along the way. Yeah, you can start some beefs, okay? If you want that gameplay, start some beefs. start some trouble. But the relationships that you make along the way can either help you or hurt you later, which leads into that freedom choice that I said earlier. But you realize different personalities, backstories, where you came from, the history of the area. It impacts the different characters, their choices, and how you interact with them, which is so dope. And you can gain people in your party and y'all can rock out. Now, will y'all all be kumbaya all the time? Nah, but that's what makes the game dope. Like, everybody don't have to get along, or everybody doesn't have to get along to meet a common goal. But if everybody has the same goal, you know, whether or not if y'all beefing or not, like, y'all can get it done. And who knows, during y'all quest, y'all can squash your differences and probably become friends later. Or no, y'all might hate each other even further because, you know, based off of your fighting style and your choices, you might make other people mad as you meet along the way. Like, the combat is very cool. I haven't had a turn-based style game before. Like I said, this is my first exposure to this, and it was really cool to, you know, be strategic with your choices. Like, you know, you want to use up all your bonuses, you don't want to use up all your action items. You gotta, you know, get close to the enemy or get far back. Do you want to move forward? Do you want to retreat? It's very interesting. Do you want to get injured? You want to sacrifice other people so you can get a hit? I've been involved in different games that were shooters, stealthy type of games, but this game made me think a little bit more versus the other ones. I just went in, slight game plan, but this game I actually had to have a legit game plan to make sure I reserve my resources, keep my characters alive, or it's gonna be a rough gameplay. And the last thing I love about this game is nostalgia. I see myself playing this game years to come until whatever next game console is gonna come out. Freaking know. If it's gonna be around. Us kidding. I definitely plan on playing this game for years to come. It's so many things that I can do that I haven't done yet with other characters, and I just want to keep exploring that. And that's what makes me love games. Nostalgia. I need to go back and play it because there's a lot of times I pick up a game, just play it because it's viral. Other friends want to play as well, and I don't pick it up anymore. After we did all we can do, you know, got all the achievements, I don't pick it up anymore. It's a lot of games like that. I say about 75% of games are kind of like that. It's kind of sad. It's a lot right now, but enough about Baldur's Gate. Who's Larian? Larian, good old Larian Studios. They released Baldur's Gate 3 early access in 2020. Didn't get a chance to play because it wasn't on my radar. And they released the full game in 2023. Now, Larian was founded in 1996, and the headquarters right now is in Belgium. But Larian Studios is a Belgium independent gaming company. They develop and publish games, and they have a few games underneath their belt. Baldur's Gate 3 is not their bread and butter. They had other stuff before Baldur's Gate, but allegedly, according to the internet streets, it was Larian's revival, whatever that may be. They have games such as Baldur's Gate 3, of course, like we all know. Then they have Divinity Original Sin 2, Divinity Original Sin Advanced Edition. I guess it's an add-on to that. Then they have the Dragon Commander, then Divinity 2 Developer's Cut, Beyond Divinity, and Divine Divinity underneath their belt. Now, where did Baldur's Gate and Baldur's Gate 2 come from? It came from a studio called BioWare, and that is a Canadian video game developer based in Alberta, and it was founded in 1995. They released Baldur's Gate in 1998, and then later on they did Baldur's Gate 2 in 2000, which is a sequel to Baldur's Gate. Now, I didn't play the 2. I don't know what the gameplay is about, but according to, you know, my Google research, Baldur's Gate introduced characters in a Forgotten Realm world, and it had storylines as well, and it had party-based RPG combat, which I saw in Baldur's Gate 3, which is fun. I liked it. Then the sequel, Baldur's Gate 2, came out in 2000, and it expanded the Baldur's Gate story from 1998, and he added more characters, more dialogue, and more choices. And thankfully and luckily, all the little expansions that they added on to Baldur's Gate and Baldur's Gate 2, hopefully, probably, don't know, allegedly, probably inspired Baldur's Gate 3 with Larian Studio. And I'm glad they took care of that and knocked it out the fucking park. Now, how successful was Baldur's Gate 3? It was so successful that it sold over 15 million copies, and some estimate it could be even higher thanks to Steam and other platforms. They earned several different awards from a few different platforms, and then I believe they earned 6 at one particular award. I believe it's the 2023 Game Awards. They earned 6. And on top of that, 96 out of 100 score off of the Metacritic scale, which makes it one of the highest rated PC games of 2023. Hell, is it of all time? I don't know. Didn't check it. Now, through all that success, through all the praise, through all of the people given so much commentary, content in the game universe, the sphere, why Larian wouldn't have plans to make Baldur's Gate 4? It could be a few things. It could be something simple. Could it be that they want the freedom to make the game that they want to make? Who knows? They probably are thinking about branching off from Baldur's Gate and just making their own similar game. Also, timing and resources. According to the YouTube streets and the internet streets, it took over 8 years from early development to full release to push out Baldur's Gate 3. That sounds massive. That sounds like a lot of people on deck. That sounds like a lot of commitment, and you might want to move on to other things, which leads me to there's other projects. They are a game developer and publisher. They probably just simply want to move on and just do other things outside of Baldur's Gate. They probably don't want to be known for Baldur's Gate 3. They probably want to be known for other things. Did they knock Baldur's Gate 3 out the park? Hell yes. But they probably just want to do something else, and that's all right. That's all right. If not Larian, then who? Earlier in this video, I mentioned the Wizards of the Coast, and I was like, never really heard of them. I dove into further research, and I realized that Hasbro, and I know a lot of people know who Hasbro is. They are a major toy company. Hasbro acquired Wizards of the Coast back in 1999, and the structure is Wizards of the Coast currently operates as a subsidiary. I hate that word, subsidiary. Oh, goodness. And it is one of the 3 divisions of the larger Hasbro organization. Okay, so I have heard about this company, but I just didn't pay too much into it. But now, knowing this now, I realize, I feel a little bit better because Hasbro has a lot of experience with games and toy making, so I have a little bit of hope for the future of this game. Now, they mentioned Wizards of the Coast. They haven't confirmed the developer who will be creating the actual game. And I was looking through possible contenders, possible people that could possibly pick up, I'm saying possibly a lot, we're just keep going, that could pick up Baldur's Gate 4. As Wizards of the Coast mentioned, there isn't any developers chosen to pick up on the Baldur's Gate 4 project. However, I've seen a few companies in different conversations, and one is called Archetype Entertainment, another is called Invoke Studios. Next I seen was Giant Skull Studios, Obsidian Entertainment, and last one is Skeleton Key Studios, which that name rings a bell. I've heard about this before. Not Archetype Entertainment. It was founded in 2019 and it's located in United States. I believe it's in Texas. And they currently have a project which is in the sci-fi realm. It is a RPG and it's called Exodus. Invoke Studios was founded in 2012. However, they were not underneath that name. They were rebranded in 2022 and they are located in Canada. Their most known project from what I've seen is called Dungeons and Dragons Dark Alliance, and that was released in 2021. And right now they're currently working on another Dungeons and Dragons development, and it's going to be using the Unreal Engine 5. Now, Skeleton of the Coast Studios, sorry, what the fuck I'm talking about? Skeleton. Giant Skeleton Studios. I don't know what I did right there. Woo, too many notes, but
Shut your stupid ass up!
Giant Skull Studios was founded by Stig Aspason. I probably fucked his last name up. I'm so sorry, Stig. But Stig, it was founded by him back in 2024, March 2024. And Stig is known for directing Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order and God of War 3. And I was like, you know what? I remember those games. They were not that bad. I'm feeling it. But Giant Skull Studios is going to be focusing on single player action adventure type games. And right now they're currently partnered up with the Wizards of the Coast and they're developing a new Dungeons and Dragon game. Now, is that Dungeons and Dragon game Baldur's Gate 4? I doubt it, because when I was looking at Wizards of the Coast website, they were showing like things that they developed and other things that were going to be coming out soon. It's probably one of those. I'm not too sure, but I'll see what they have in store. Obsidian Entertainment. Yes. How could I've forgotten about this? But Obsidian, it was founded in 2003, and they have a few games that are pretty notable. One of them I haven't heard before, but it's called Pillars of Eternity. The second one I have heard before, and it's called Outer Worlds. Definitely heard about that game. Then the last one that they're noted for is Avowed. Haven't heard of it. I don't remember hearing a bunch of people trashing it on the internet, but that's what they have. Okay, yeah, what's up? This is Post Edit Asia. I forgot to say Fallout New Vegas. Yeah, Fallout New Vegas was a vibe. Okay, my bad. Okay, and we are going to resume. Thanks for this commercial break. Huh? Allegedly, this company has expressed interest in creating a new Dungeons and Dragons game. Will they? We'll have to wait and see. Last but not least, the Skeleton Key Studios, which is a video game developer studio that was established in Texas, and I believe they are oh my goodness, it's that damn word. A sub underneath Wizards of the Coast as of 2022, from my understanding. Now, based on my research, Skeleton Key Studios hasn't released any games to this date, but they have announced a horror type of game, but it was canceled later on. Don't know why. They're going to work on building their team and also work on developing a Dungeons and Dragons type of game. Don't know. We'll see what comes of them. But with all that being said, now, based off of what I mentioned, all of the different players, all of the different skill sets, longevity in a company, so many factors come into play. Who's going to come out on top? I don't know. I have mixed feelings about the different options people has been throwing around. I just feel that a game like this, a massive game like this, and all of the components that you have to add, I strongly believe a experienced developer should take hold upon this. Why do I want that? It's just the experience of handling a big game or having experience doing a game anyway. It's like me going into a job position that has different skill sets that they're looking for, and I come in, no college to back me up, no prior work experience to back me up. I want that fucking job. That's how I look at it. I need somebody who has some type of base knowledge or something to back up their skill sets and prove to me that they can do that job, besides of showing up and just looking good. That's it. Now, do people in this world show up and get the job because they look good? Yes, and I commend y'all for that. I wish I had that amount of riz, but that's not the situation right now. Like, going with somebody that hasn't developed a game is a little bit tricky because, one, I know you want to give somebody their shine, right? You want them to show what they got, what they can do, and what they can bring to the table for the future, you know, big booming business. But then on the other hand, it's like, can they handle that type of workload? Can they have a team that is dedicated, talented to deliver on a good game? Then on the other side, it's like, if you do go with a studio that haven't had a game underneath their belt, doesn't have games coming out soon, or it could be beneficial because, like I mentioned before, Baldur's Gate 3 allegedly took 8 years from development to release. So putting this type of project on a smaller developer who hasn't had any games underneath their belt and they want to prove what they got, I think that would be a good choice as well. So my feelings is conflicted right now. Do we go with somebody that doesn't have a catalog, or somebody who does have a good catalog, or any catalog at all? What do you think? Do you think that somebody that is lesser known should take this huge project, or somebody who is known? Should it be a combination? Should we combine developers? Like, what are y'all thinking right now? I see all sides to the conversation. I see where other people are coming from. I just want people just to do well, okay? I don't want to talk about them on the internet because they posted a shitty game. I genuinely hope whoever is picked to develop this, I pray that they look at some prior footnotes, play the prior games and take notes, listen to people's reviews, listen to the good, the bad, the gray areas, and figure out how to make it better, because I want them to succeed. I don't want them to put out a shitty game, because Baldur's Gate 4 has a lot to top. Like, why would you be at the tip top of this game, this universe, and this shit on it. The following game, you were in ruins. You were in ruins. Why can't Larian just do Baldur's Gate 4? Why? Now, if Larian Studios really doesn't want to do Baldur's Gate 4 simply because they want to avoid rehashing it, going over what they already accomplished, I get it. I get it. They took a lot of time with it, and imagine how much time they got to put in to top the prior game. They probably got to do double the time. Who knows? And I respect it. Now, with all the talk with Baldur's Gate 4 and talks about who's going to develop it, who will not be developing it, it made me realize things about the gaming industry. My question for Baldur's Gate 4 is what is the goal of releasing Baldur's Gate 4? Is it the first rule of business to make money? Actually, why is Baldur's Gate 4 being released? Like, why? Why is this even a topic? My question to you all is, do you even want a Baldur's Gate 4, and why? Do you feel that it should stop at number 3, and why? The reason why I'm thinking about this is I'm seeing all these massive layoffs at these developers and these studios and these publishers. All these fucking layoffs. But they are still pushing to put out these expensive ass, shitty ass games. Crazy. And it leads me to think, it's still in my mind, back in my mind. I'm hoping Baldur's Gate 4 is being made in good faith. But my thing is this a cash grab? And it's another one of these cash grabs for these companies to make money, because the first rule of business is to make money. That is actually the first rule. And I pray that these developers are not trying to just grab at it because the other game was such a huge success. But people are pushing out so many games with these companies, and they are not good, and they overprice them. And the other thing is that not only that they're trying to lay off all these hard working people that makes the game, but I heard AI is trying to replace like different artists and writers, and it's going to muddle the whole storytelling. So it makes me kind of weary, like how much AI is going to be involved in the future, and especially because the topic of this video is Baldur's Gate 4, how much involvement it will have with Baldur's Gate 4. What the fuck? And then the last thing that grinds my gears about this gaming industry lately is that there's a lot of games, okay, and not all of them are good. And I pray these people are not pumping out games, which I'm pretty sure some of them, they're pumping out games just to do a cash grab. And I pray that the number 4 installment, whatever, Baldur's Gate 4, whatever it's going to be called, I pray it's simply not that. I pray that this game doesn't fall victim to the trends I'm seeing with this gaming industry as far as like pumping out games, doing all these layoffs, incorporating AI, just pushing out games to make a profit. I hope and pray it's not that, but I can't help to think, what are your thoughts? Am I overthinking this? Am I off the Richter scale? Just let me know. I'm an overthinker. What do people have to say about this? I went ahead and scoured the internet and see what other people had to say about that, and I caught a few that caught my eye. I have zero faith in Wizards of the Coast getting a good developer and giving them the time and freedom that they need to make something even close to Baldur's Gate 3. Interesting. Let's rewind that a bit. Give them the time and the freedom, and those two make a difference in making a game. If I was a developer, I don't want to be in a Disney and a Marvel situation, if you catch my drift. I don't want to be pumping out so much so fast that the quality is shit. So I understand. Another post reads, I really don't know what studio would do Baldur's Gate 4 and not fuck it up. And y'all got a point. Y'all got a huge point right there. Whoever's going to be handed this, they have a lot of stuff on their plate. Anyway, it continues. The quality of work and experience necessary is huge. And they right. And there isn't any studio doing very big RPGs where choice matters. If y'all have something that you can think of that will go against this user, their comment, let me know, because there's nothing I can think of from the top of my head. This next user was discussing something that I was mentioning earlier about Larian probably not trying to pursue Baldur's Gate 4, and this comment reads, While I understand their stance, aka Larian Studios, the problem that they're going to face is anything that they release is going to be compared to Baldur's Gate 3, and to me, there isn't any way around it, especially if it's a RPG, and I can see this. It kind of reminds me of when people go viral off of a video that they didn't think of, or who knows, they were probably putting time and effort into it, and now new audiences are expecting them to do the same song and pony dance. I get it. Their comment continues and says, I can see the success of Baldur's Gate 3, and the comparison hinders anything they release in the future that isn't in the Baldur's Gate 3 realm. And I get it. Whether it's fair or not, that's what people do, and it's what people do. They probably was expecting this when they were seeing this rapid growth. This is all speculation, but this is what people do. Now, this next commenter was straight to the point, one sentence, packed a punch, but this user said, Baldur's Gate 4 is already guaranteed to be trash, simply because the gaming industry, and they will not learn from the success of Baldur's Gate 3, and that is my fear. That is one of my fears. I fear that they are trying to take a different take, trying to be artistic, trying to pull a Fergie on a national anthem, and do something that fans are not going to like, or they might play, who knows, they might play safe. I know this is all speculation. I'm up here just going shooting the breeze right now, but yes. Now, I'm going to end this section off on a lighter note, but somebody has a glimmer of hope for Baldur's Gate 4, and they went ahead and discussed other sentiments and what they can do to make a game a success, and gave their opinion to it, which I respect. I like the optimism. Oh my goodness, optimism. Oh goodness, these words today. But I appreciate this user's optimism, and yeah, like I said earlier, I don't want to see people fail. I want to see them succeed, because I don't want to make a video about them trash them on the internet about a trash ass job that they done. That's what we don't want. That's what we don't want. But hey, not everybody is having negative thoughts about this. There's other people out there who is genuinely curious to see how this Baldur's Gate 4 is going to come about, and how well they're going to, perceive this Dungeons and Dragon universe. Now, if you watch my other page, which is, I believe it's called Asian MK Cosplay, you're going to hear me say periodically, oh, you don't want to hear my voice for an hour, 30 long minute video. You don't want to hear that. Yeah, I'm so glad if you made it this far. I'm so glad that y'all made it this far. Give yourself a cookie and add some milk to it, or some water, depending on, your style. But I say all this to say I'm conflicted. I don't know how I feel about a possibility of a Baldur's Gate 4 becoming a thing. It is confirmed. That's all I know. Wizards of the Coast president has said that they are going to make the game. They don't have a developer right now. Do I want Larian Studios to take on this project? Yeah, y'all did it before. Just do the formula again. Go to the studio, ramp up the computers, take the dust off, and make a 4. But I get it. After researching, I've been learning so much about this. I did not know how much time and effort they put into this damn game. I had no idea that people had their own reservations when Baldur's Gate 3 was even announced. And then, things probably eased up later on over the years. So that's probably what's going to happen. We're hearing that Baldur's Gate 4 is coming out. I have my reservations. Other people have their reservations. You saw somebody's optimistic. And things going to change over time. Time's going to take all things. Now, whoever take this on, I hope they have the same amount of passion, drive, look into what was successful from the other games, and literally learn from prior successes and put that into the new game, and put a little bit of new stuff in there as well, but stay true to the Dungeons and Dragons type of universe, the vibe, make people feel in love again with Dungeons and Dragons. Like, I'm not gonna lie, when I was younger, Dungeons and Dragons was underrated, and I'm glad that I'm older and wiser now, and I'm more open to trying new things, doing new things, and I have a new love for Dungeons and Dragons. I feel bad that I miss a section of my childhood. I was like, I miss all this. I can sit through, play a game, bond with people, tell stories, and I'm able to contribute to a story and keep it going as much as possible, as long as we want it. That's so dope to me, and I appreciate just being able to play this Baldur's Gate game. But with all that being said, with all this news about Baldur's Gate 4, who is may or may not be the developer. We don't know yet. Different comments from the different people, and I read thousands of all of this. I'm still conflicted. I thought I was gonna make up my mind by the end of this video. No, I haven't made up my mind. I don't know which side I'm leaning on. Am I happy for it? Am I upset about it? I'm still in the middle. I'm conflicted. Should there be a Baldur's Gate 4? In this economical climate, in this way this gaming industry is being ran right now, during all of this all this mess, like I'm just all over the place right now. Should there be a Baldur's Gate 4? What is your hopes for the game? Do you like this topic? Should I have released this a little bit sooner? Let me know. Also, on top of that, let me know what topics you want me to explore. Also, I love constructive criticism. Let me know what could have been better, what I could have been more of, less of. Do you like the style? Is there something that you're looking for from this channel that I can deliver? Let me know. I love community. I love having a vibe. Let me know. Let's talk. Talk to me. I don't know. If you don't know what to say to me, just I don't know, just make up a pickup line. Other than that, sorry. Thank you so much for watching or listening, wherever you may be. Thank you so much. I want to try something different. I want to speak my piece on my platform and just try to get a conversation going. See you later. And also, don't have your HP on red. Heal up. I'll see you later. Bye.